Hi everyone, I'm meteorologist John Dissauer. Thanks for checking out my blog, New at Dissauer. Lots to talk about in the weather world. Lots of things going on. Lots of snow across much of the country, and snow we're expecting to come into at least the KFTS viewing area in central Indiana. Radar imagery over southeast Missouri, southern Illinois, and western Kentucky, as well as northwestern Tennessee, showing you all the rain is moving out of here, maybe a few very light snow flurries or showers across the central part of the state, although that is very light at this point. Strong thunderstorms now moving down through southern portions of Tennessee, and even a tornado watch out for portions of Mississippi, including Jackson, Mississippi. And then the big story, I think, is this stuff. It's up here across Minnesota and Iowa, and now moving into northwestern Kansas. That's a lot of snow. Reports of upwards of 2 feet of snow in Minneapolis. An interesting story is the New York Giants football team is playing in Minneapolis tomorrow, and they actually had to divert to Kansas City because they couldn't make it into Minneapolis because the airport is closed. So they're still wondering if they're going to be able to make it in tomorrow or not. We're going to see a few dry hours, I think. We've got a dry slot working in other words, just some drier air getting moved into this storm. A cold front is now beginning to pass through, and this drier air that we suck up right through here is why we're going to see some things clear out. In fact, I think we could even see some stars this evening as the clouds even break up just a little bit. Now, the cold front is moving through. Back behind it, there is some much colder air. Notice Des Moines, Iowa, coming in at 25, only 14 degrees in Grand Isle, Nebraska, and 18 currently in Kansas City. And you'll see it even better here locally. I'm shooting this about 6:45 or so these are 6 o'clock observations. It's currently 25 in Rolla, 34 in Farmington where the front is through. The front has moved through Cape Girardeau and Poplar Bluff as our winds have turned out of the west. However, the colder air is lagging behind maybe 60, 70 miles or so. So eventually that colder air will begin to move in here. But notice even as of 6 o'clock we're at 50 degrees in Murray and 51 in Martin ahead of that cold front. Notice the patchwork of colors on the map here. We've got winter weather advisories in the light colors. And in the pink we have winter storm warnings for portions of central or of the Midwest. Locally we have a winter weather advisory that is in effect for St. Francis, St. Genevieve, Randolph, and Washington counties until from midnight until until noon. And then for this area here in southern Illinois, western Kentucky, we have a winter weather advisory that's in effect until 6 p.m. tomorrow. So from 6 a.m. Sunday through 6 p.m. Sunday. Yeah, 6 a.m. Sunday to 6 p.m. Sunday is where that winter weather advisory is. Sometimes it gets a little confusing in my head when we've got 1 or 2 counties on this one, another county or 2 in another one. So that's why I have to kind of think it out as I say that. Okay, now the big thing is how much snow are we going to see? This is the latest high resolution RPM model we get, or our precision cast model. This is the 21Z run, or the 3 p.m. run. We won't have the 0Z run, which is the 6 p.m. run, for another couple of hours. But here we go, starting at 2 o'clock in the morning, and I think we'll start to see that snow moving in around 4 a.m. or so up towards Farmington. But you'll see how the snow overspreads, and you'll watch the numbers tick up as we get snowfall accumulation amounts. So generally anywhere from a ½ inch to maybe 1.5 inches in some locations. Heaviest amounts I think will be generally, it's doing a pretty good job. I'm kind of in agreement with this model. I think it's going to be generally north of here. We're talking 1 to maybe 2 inches of snow. Portions of western Kentucky over 1 inch. I think Cape Girardeau maybe a ½ inch of snow. And then there will be a pretty sharp line here where we go from nothing to maybe even just 1/10 of an inch. So not a lot of snow out of this. This is the upper level portion of the storm, or the back edge of it as it wraps through. So I don't think it's that big of a deal. We're not going to see that much snow out of this. It will be very windy and very cold through the day on Sunday. Winds will be out of the north-northwest, anywhere from 18 to 30 miles per hour sustained. Winds will be gusting to 40 miles per hour, I think. And temperatures during the afternoon will only be in the upper teens to lower 20s. So we've got wind chills well into the single digits, if not near 0. So it's going to be very cold through the day tomorrow. Then, for those of you in central Indiana, as far as how much snow can we see, we'll take a look at this animation. And we'll start this here at 6:30 this evening, and we'll play it out. This is over the next 72 hours. So there's going to be some lake effect snow bands the models keep picking up on that could drop down as far south as Lafayette, Indiana. That's why it's showing a little over 11 inches of snow for you. Upwards of 5 inches of snow possible for Indianapolis. And if that lake effect, I think a lot of the snow you're seeing here through Indianapolis down towards Bloomington, over towards Columbus and Greensburg, this is if the lake effect can continue to push south this far. Typically you don't see lake effect go that far south, but it's not out of the question. Definitely think a good possibility of heavy snow for this general area in here. And as everybody knows, that lake effect's band might only be 20 miles wide, if even that. So again, this is a model trying to depict where that band is going to be, so this could be off a little bit. But nonetheless, heavy snow possible across northwestern Indiana. Here's the European forecast model, which has been doing a great job with the storm. All along it had it with more of a northerly track, and that's the case with this storm. And I thought I'd play this out over the next couple of days. Here we are starting right now. We've got the area of low pressure sitting up right here over northern Illinois. The green painted on here is the moisture. Cold front trailing down through here, high pressure up here, beginning to move in. Let's go ahead and play this out over the next week or so, and you'll see the low moves off to the east. High pressure begins to filter in down through the central part of the United States, keeping us chilly. I'm only going highs in the 30s through much of the upcoming week. Now, something of interest is this area of low pressure that develops down to the south. You might have noticed it there the last couple of frames. Let me back it up here and you'll see. Let me see if it'll let me back up. No, it won't. But it's going to be an area of low pressure, a little inverted trough. And notice the moisture, it's beginning to develop right through here. Let's try that again. Right in through here. And look at the timing. We're talking 9 o'clock Thursday morning. Temperatures forecast low Thursday are going to be right at freezing. So, that being said, I wouldn't be shocked at all to see if we get a tiny bit of freezing rain out of this Thursday morning. I hesitate saying that just because I know people freak out around here with the ice, as they should. But I don't think it's a big deal as of right now, but not out of the question. I just mentioned it because it's showing up in the models and I want to inform you of that, but it's nothing to get panicky about and go running around telling everyone, hey, we're getting ice, we're getting ice. But and the temperature will be critical. If we're up 3 or 4 degrees, then it's not an issue, it's just some light rain. But it looks like Thursday we could see some showers across the area by afternoon, but temperatures again only in the 30s. So we head in through Friday and Saturday, temperatures again staying in the 30s as we keep high pressure continuing to build into the area, and then some moisture stays off to the southeast. So a lot going on in the weather world, at least around the Midwest and the KFES viewing area. Thought I'd give you a video update while I'm in here at work, first time back in a couple of weeks off of when I've been off on vacation. That is the latest from here in the Weather Center. As we get more information in, I will pass that information along onto the blog as soon as I can. Of course, on the station on KFES 12, and also on Fox 23 for Heartland News at 9 coming up here in a couple of hours. Hope you have a great evening.